for round 2 of the NBL Draft. Yeah, draft officially is going to be starting very shortly here. We have about a few minutes before the draft. What time is it yet? All right, so round 1 has been completed. All the teams that have gone round 1 were already selected. I'm pretty confident that this one that I missed somebody here. You can see, okay. It's round 2 is going to start. They're going to have 6 minutes compared to the normal 5 minutes. That was a rule change that happened into last year's draft. They will have 6 minutes going into this round, 5 minutes in the next round, and then 5 minutes in the final round. They have a little bit more time in this round. And the Chargers are going to be on the clock shortly here. We're all really surprised. Some people are still here. To a lot of people that are around that were picked in round were supposed to be picked in round 1 have not been picked. For example, Mary Liz has not been picked. She was supposed to be picked in round 1. We'll see what happens. And we'll wait for all the people to come back on our line here. You guys can't see it, but and they are online. And the NBL Draft Round 2 has begun. They have 6 minutes. It's a little earlier than we pinned it, so it'll be interesting to see, but I don't even know who it is. As of right now, in the Chargers would expect something like worth more, so we'll have to see what's going to happen here. What we would expect is that people predicted in round 2 or round 1 would go this round. And the pick is in. The pick goes to Brant Flanagan. Projected to go in round 2, so that's the right round. For him to go. And Chargers' second pick is in for Brent Flanagan. He is a forward, pretty decent player for this one. 93 overall. No, 89 overall. Maybe not the best player to start off this draft for the round 2, but it's not a bad pick for them. The Cardinals are now on the clock. And honestly, I would say the Cardinals right now badly have needed some good players at this point in time. Who was I going for? There's a lot of players out there that we thought we're going to go round 1. Like we're married. Like there, Jay and Measles, we very much thought they were going. She was going to go in round 1. If she doesn't, she's definitely going to go in round 2. No doubt today. Another person we thought that was supposed to go in round 1. And Joby. 100% supposed to go in round 1. And the pick is in. The Cardinals have selected Lisa Lauper, the 160th player to put into its 86 overall. Expected to go in the 3rd round. But she has been picked. They're really good players. Going to here. They needed forward, but not exactly the, we mostly thought that Twain would go as a girl as well early on. It's confirmed, and now the Falcons are on the clock. You can never tell what these players. These, by the way, are predicted, so they're not insured. So for potentially a player around that's predicted to go around 1 could go around 4, or a player around 4 could go around 1, which doesn't happen this time, but maybe round 2. And the pick is in. They have selected Jade Ulysses, round 2. Another player, which was predicted to go in round 2, but another player that was predicted to go much later than what was said. Interesting for the player to go in round 1. And Lily, who's on the side for me, currently is the manager for the Falcons, specifically says that has seen a lot more from her into her, and is really happy to have taken her to the team. The Giants are now on the clock. And Giants are badly in need of an offensive base, so who knows what they're going to go for. And they have made their selection. They are going for Jules. Jules. Right. Predicted to go in round 2. Interesting pick for them, as she is a point guard. She definitely is in the right position for them to go at this point. So I completely agree. Not the best player, but still a very good player. Averaged 36 points per game in the NBL. In the Junior League, not the NBL. And let's see. The 8th in are now on the clock. They have already they're taking Olaville, but I put on the wrong tile. ORV. Olaville Jesse Ford played for the green team, who was completely undefeated in the last season. A great pick for them to go for at this time in time. I think it was a great pick. For them, getting their offense back up and running after having a little bit of a struggle in the last year. A6 overall. Ethan have an interesting turn of events. They were the only team currently in the NBL's history to make it to the playoffs and to the Ball Bowl with a tie. Only team that have done that at this point in time. The Indians are now on the clock. they have made their selection. They're going with Abigail. Derek, 89 overall defensive back. Predicted to go round 2. One of the best players for defenses. Played for the white team. A great pick, and the Indians before have not had a very good team. In fact, they have never been in the top 10 for defense for the offense in any of the last several seasons. Which is going to be very helpful to them. They definitely and badly need a player like that. The next team on the list here is the Dogs are now on the clock. Be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised they should probably go with someone like Marilyn Adelaide, but she hasn't gone yet. Yeah, she should go. She should have gone by now. There has been a trade. Dogs have traded to the Panthers Is that right? So there has been a trade. It does not affect the seasons. The Dogs have selected Rick Simon. Ricky Simon. There has been a trade. I'll get to that in a second. We're tempted to go around one. Is going in round 2 to the Dogs. I'll confirm what that trade was. They're confirming, making sure the trade has happened. interesting pick. We've got the trade is in processing. Hopefully it's going to affect this year. Shouldn't affect this year. Dogs have finished it. The Dragons are now on the clock. Okay, there has been a trade. The trade does not affect this season. We want to get the trade thing up here. So the trade, the Carolina Panthers have traded their first round pick next season for the last pick this year to the Cleveland Cats. First round pick this year is the Cleveland Cats are trading the first and second pick to the Carolina Panthers. Am I getting that right? Who? And the trade has been finalized. So next year, there is also a trade with a They are so Panthers. I'll get to the trades in a second for that. For right now, the trade they finalized the trade. I know the team. I'll get to that in a second. The pick is Mimi. Boom. Interesting. I'll talk about that trade in a second. It just occurred. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Panthers have in mind. It didn't have any effect. It did have effect to do with this year, somewhat. It's a little weird. That is the end of that pick. The Lions are now on the clock. So the trade that just happened, I want to make sure I have this right. The New England Cats traded the Panthers for their first pick next year, and what would have been the Lynx' first pick. So, this is what's going on. The Panthers made a pretty big trade off of this one. The Panthers, losing one of their picks, they have traded the 160th pick to the New England Cats. The New England Cats traded their first and second picks for the next season. The Panthers also then gave back their first pick and the Lynx' first pick that they had already obtained. Wow. Obviously, we don't have to worry about too much, and as I'm getting a confirmation. But that was a huge trade, which means the Panthers actually received even one lower trade. So they only received the amount of trades they needed. They are losing, so basically the New England Cats are getting one pick added to this year, and they're giving up 2 picks next year. They're giving 2 picks next year, and getting 2 picks next year. So, goodness, there's a lot, and I'm getting clarification what the pick is. They have chosen, when I should have gone probably a whole lot earlier, Mary Jane Lisa. It took her quite a while to get selected, but she has been selected. To the Lions. And 100% a great pick. She probably should have gone earlier. '99 overall rookie. One of the older of the groups. 93 overall. She is one of the older people of the group. excellent. It's an excellent pick for them. It is Saints are now on the clock. Yeah. We got a problem over here. Interesting to see if the Saints could, because Saints badly need new players. And they have made their selection. They have selected. I'm not even sure I want to try to pronounce this name. Could someone tell me to explain that? It is Ozios. It has been selected and is going to the Saints. couldn't even tell you how to pronounce that name. He's a point guard, 91 overall rookie. As we have, he was one of the oldest players in the draft. How old was he? So he's 15. And in the NBL, you only can go until 21. So he's one of the oldest players. The Werewolves are now on the clock. Didn't take them very long. They are choosing Stuart Phobie. He's a point guard, and they pretty decent point guard. One of the youngest point guards of the draft, at just turning 11. Will turn 11 at the end of right before the draft, right before the draft ends. Turns on January 3rd, right after. The Werewolves they have just said that they just got skipped and they want to get their pick in. They've selected the Lightning. Did we skip them? Oh, right. I'll explain that in a second. I'll explain why they were skipped in a second. The Lightning had a little bit of a penalty they had to deal with. But yeah, they've taken this person was supposed to go in round 3. Alright, so let me explain why we had a little bit of penalty to that. I'm going to get the next team started. The Colts are now on the clock. I'll explain that in a second here. I was going to make sure I have it right. Okay. So the reason why they had is because they had a penalty delay. Because according to our records, the clock expired for them. So they were penalized 1 draft pick, which doesn't sound like a big thing. But they were penalized 1 draft pick back. So they were actually forced to switch places with basically it. Something about they went online to get their pick before they picked was coming. That's the reason they did it. Colts are in. They're making their selection. They're chosen Beffy Raphael. Beffy Raff. Predicted going round 2 to the Colts. Not predicted to go to the Colts, but and so there are some rules about how they can go in. Basically, if you jump ahead, which I think at the time they did jump ahead and try to make their pick, since the was the team before them was running out of time. But if you try to jump ahead, you do get a penalty, which means the next team gets to basically jump ahead and get one of your picks for it. Gets to go ahead and go ahead of you. It's not something that has happened. That's not. They've already made their pick. That doesn't happen very often, but it just happened in this one. We get a confirmation that the Dolphins are now on the clock. It doesn't happen very often, but it just happened to have happened in this case. You guys back? 97. However, we want to say something about the Colts. The Colts are going to have to eliminate one or make some sort of trade because they are right now one pick ahead, which means they're going to actually have a problem going into the next round. And currently, picks 3 and 4 are going to be done tomorrow. They will have 5 minutes in those rounds. The next team currently is the Dolphins, and they have chosen Charlotte specifically. Also not predicted to go this early. Renshaw is definitely a interesting player for them to go for. And the Angels are now on the clock. Got their forward for their team. And they have made their selection. It's Brandon, Jacqueline. It's not. They were not selected by the Indians before. I moved it down. I had it down one. That was my bad. Not bad. 89 overall player. Defensive back. Browns are now on the clock. And the Browns have already sent their pick in here. The Browns select Imogene Kara. Interesting pick for them. Not a bad pick at all for them. Getting a good defensive player going into this next season. She played for the Brown team, surprisingly. So, and the Beagles are now on the clock. Yes, Laura, that she is available. I spelled her name wrong. So they made their selection. Lori World is going to the Beagles. Not the Beatles, the Beagles. One of the lowest scoring players, by the way. One of the highest defensive players. Defense scoring players. She's a great free shooter. In fact, on her end, she missed one in the entire time she was there. Maybe that's what they want her for. Who knows? The Huskies are now on the clock. West Carolina Huskies. They're going with Hortense Wilson. Hortense Wilson. Very interesting pick for them. It's one of those players. He's one of those players that was out for a lot of last season during the injury. He had a strained. What was it? A strained? Oh, he had an ACL tear, which is huge. Not many people come back from that, so that's going to be interesting. Probably why he's only an 86 overall defensive back. It was a minor ACL strain, is what the doctor described it as. I'm not permitted to explain what doctor, but it's interesting. Combinations all there. The Jets are now on the clock. Jets are looking at making a trade. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, so the Jets are looking at making a trade. What were they looking for here? Yeah, so okay, this is what's gonna be weird. They have declined. It's been declined automatically off of my opinions. The rules. They're going with Lexi Kizzle. I'll explain why their trade was declined. Was not allowed. The rules of the NBL is that every team must have a minimum of 2 picks every season. They were looking at trading their 3 picks this season. So their second, their third, and their 4th pick for a first pick and a second pick next year. To the Knights. Fortunately, that was automatically declined, and I had a team thankful for that, because the rules do state that you're not allowed to have, you have to have at least 2 picks this year, and the Kings are now on the clock. The rules state that you have to have a minimum of 2 picks each season. It doesn't matter if you are willing to have that or not. That is the official rules of the NBL. Even if a team wants to have less picks, they cannot do that as of the current rules. Rules could be changed later, but as of right now, they cannot change. And the Kings have selected Lily Puna. Interesting selection. Lily Puna is a really good player. Played for the second place team last season. Name the, what was it, the white team? The orange team. Second place last season, scoring a lot of points. She was not as good at the actual the position otherwise, but she was actually a great player. Her defense was kind of weak compared to what it had for her offense. But she is a great player. I wanted to apologize for the sounds that are going off in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear it over my headphones, which are kind of annoying because I have to communicate with the other players and be able to hear communications. I can hear it in the background. It's super loud, which probably means you guys can't hear it. Or girls, what it is. But yeah. It is very annoying. It is, of course, New Year's Eve, and that we have an hour and a half until New Year's over. We're trying to get that done before. And it is a 90 overall. And the Packers are now on the clock. That is one of the weakest symbols, by the way. And they are made their selection. They're going with, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Channing Ding. Pretty to go in round 3, but she's going here in round 4, in round 2 with the Packers. Decent pick. Not one of the best players, but honestly a very good player for the Packers. Packers need all the help they can get, and she is definitely going to be one of those players that will be very helpful to them. Not one of the best players because she's only an 83 overall, but she's still good. And the next team is the Bulldogs, and they are already telling me exactly who they want. Hold on, guys, let me get you guys up. They are taking Kara Baltic. It's like, I get hearing this. We want Karen. We want Karen. We want Karen. I don't know if it's Karen or Karen. Karen. It's Karen. But at least, you have to tell me, like, I get it. You guys want Karen. But, like, at this point, like, seriously, people. interesting pick for them. Not a bad player. Predicted to go in round 2. But good and decent player. She's a point guard. She played for the black team, who was the second worst team in the league, with what, 2 wins? Right. And just to have an explanation once I get the paired team ready. I can't confirm I can't take their names until they get into it. So the Knights are now on the clock. So in the NBL Junior League, which is a little bit different, I don't really have any control over that. I don't really have any selection. The only thing I have now is a little bit of demonstration about who's getting into the next year. That's pretty much all I've got. And even then, it's pretty unselected. The way it works in that league is they have 16 teams, 2 divisions, basically, which is random, which changes every year. Basically, they have the best teams and the worst teams. The best 8 teams, worst 8 teams. And the best 8 teams all play each other 3 times. Right? 3 times? 2 times. And then everyone else plays one. They played, and then they play the other time. So Division A, which is going to be the best teams, plays 2 times against everyone in their division, and then Division B is everyone's in the worst division. They'll play. Then all teams play play each other twice, then play everyone in their Division B once, and vice versa. It's very complicated. I have no clue how they even decide the schedules. I think it's like you have the same order in the board. What was it, like, order? So they have a specific order. And the order is decided. And I'm getting the pick in. I forgot my computer's touchscreen. It's Martin. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. Funny enough, though, it happens to be the next player, a defensive back. As well, 82 overall. They must be trying to get their. Oh, I forgot. I almost thought that I had closed my stream. I was like, oh dear, what did I do? I did not. It is still live. I closed the Google Drive. That's fine. She is a rookie as well. And the next team on the clock is the Legends, which has to be right below it. They are going with Diana, I believe is how her name is pronounced. Dana Dolph. very much pronounce. That's not the right one. I put the wrong team down. The legend's wrong. Every time I always spell with an N. I don't understand why I do that. She is a point guard. Pretty decent player. Played for the, what was it, the silver team? Is that correct? She did not play last season. She was benched last season. Why? I don't have the information on it. Why she was benched last season. I wasn't trying to ask and say, yeah, why she was being benched. She was benched last season. That's what I have in my notes. You can tell me later. Thinking it. Alright, thank you. Next team is Superman, and they are already blaring the name. I've got to, you guys are on the clock currently. Well, you guys are on the clock, but until I showed the name, you are not on the clock. You are not able to pick. Alright, now what do you want? Okay. Jeez. That's also the rule, so we probably should penalize them for that. I'll be nice. I won't penalize you guys. I did actually put the clock on early, so I'm going to apologize for that. Because the rules are when the clock comes on, they can give me the pick. Just legends. Hold on. Wait, what? Okay. I did some confusion. The Legends got him as he's a forward, and he is a 78 overall. As for the other team, Dan Duff, nope, I got that wrong. Dan Duff went to the Legends. Rick went to the Superman. Why did I have him on that? Hold on 1 second, I need to figure out something for that. Which ones went to the Huskies? I don't know why I put him on there. I'm not really sure why he's over there now. Look at that in a second. Give me a second, guys. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the people on they're blaring at me. It's like, hey. Alright, hold on. Rick goes to the Superman. as a forward, as a 78 overall. Why he went that early, I don't know. All right. Now that I have all that cleared, Warriors are now on the clock. You can tell me that later. Yes, I know. 1 second. Hey. Yeah, Runner's going crazy. That's the nickname for him. He's saying, but you wanted to know. I don't care what you want to know. And why did I open the Warriors? And they've selected Aretha? '89 overall. Round 3 predicted. But went ahead and went going round 2. If you guys can hear me, I'm sorry about that part. I have to make sure that people understand, the people I've worked with. There's only 2 people over there. Yes, I'm talking about you guys. Whatever. Anyways, the Ravens are going to be now on the clock as soon as I get you guys pick up. I'm going to get that up first. Not the Lynx are not on the clock. Ravens are on the clock. Let's go see if I can find the Ravens. There it is. And they have selected. Hey, look at that. We're ready. Also, a person that was supposed to go around 3. Went around 2 instead. Forward. Rookie. 82 overall. The Otters are now on the clock. Murr is the owner. The person who's over there is the current owner. Or basically the person that runs the Otters right now until someone takes over. So you can tell me which one you want. All right, she has chosen Terry Jeaning. Probably should have found the Otters before I did that. Before you told me though. Should be one of a lot of our teams, right? No, that's not the right selection. She is a forward. terrible player. No, I'm kidding. She's a good player. She was on a pretty bad team. 90 overall, so she actually should have gone probably earlier, to be honest. Techs are now on the clock. And they have Celia Gray, Celia Gary has been selected in round 2 to the Techs. Honestly, one of the players that we expected probably to go in the last picks, because she's not great. Even though she ends up being a 92 overall, so she's actually a pretty decent player. We have got 9 picks left. Bobcats are now on the clock. Milk? Is that Tamilka? Has been selected. She's actually a very good player. Was on one of the better teams though. It's supposed to be going around 3 to the. Now she's gone to the Bobcats. I think I said the same thing. I think I said last night or last night for the last draft here night that I made a mistake with the Bears moving them as well. UNC is now on the clock. United National Cats. Okay, and do it to Antonio Russ, point guard from transfer team from California. There is one in California, believe it or not. Got all the way from California and just came back here first, and he got put onto the draft really quickly here. And there are some motorcycles going off down here. Yeah, it's New Year. It's like an hour away from New Year. '85 overall rookie. And the Tigers are now on the clock. Tigers have selected. I guess everyone's like, we want to go celebrate the new year, which is why I started it earlier. Round favor to the Tigers. Jumping all the way to the top. Projected to go in round 3 and the beginning of round 2. He's an 88 overall rookie. Pretty decent player. And let me see here. The Hawks are now on the clock. The Hawks are choosing another J name. Julia Josephine. 90 overall. Actually surprised that she didn't go earlier. She was on the mid teams last season. Team went what? What was it? $12 and 13. Last season. The 90 overall point guard. I guess the Hawks are trying to get upgrades. They have a pretty average team right now for that. And they'll now be moving. Nope. To the Lynx. Lynx are now on the clock. They're all the way at the end. Looks like they are choosing pretty quickly here. Sorry, say that again? Evelyn Ralphie. Everyone wants to go celebrate the New Year, I get it. Which is, I don't know why we had to select to do it this time. Yeah, I got it. I know. I was the one that wanted to say, like, well, might as well just we have to do this one. Because someone from my leg can do it. And, clearly, 88 overall rookie point guard. We're almost finished. We got 4 player picks left. We have the Pirates, we have the Stars, we have the Falcons, and we have the New England Cats. We don't have the Panthers. Panthers don't have a pick in the first 2 rounds, so. The Pirates, you have the easiest schedule. cards are not showing up for some reason. There they go. They think it was a blank screen for some reason. I got you say Graham. Grammy? Jimin. Jimin is her name. Jimin Tim. Yeah, I know. She's got a weird name. Oh, yeah. Jimin Tim. Who is one of the youngest players, and she actually is not even old enough right now to actually play. Let me get her up there. Jimin is actually only 10 years old, which means she doesn't actually qualify for the league. She's gotten actually an exception because her birthday is the day after the first game. They gave her an exception because her birthday is literally, I believe, when's the first game? Thank you. It's like 2 months from now, basically. They're like, her birthday's right after. Jimington goes to the Pirates. She is an 85 overall. Rookie. That's also a rookie. I'll check that in a second here. And she is a forward. That is not the name. I moved everything up. I mixed the two teams up. I think. Let me make sure I'm correct about that. I did. I mixed the two teams up. Hunter Lane is a 90. The Stars are now on the clock. Mischievous? Is that what you said? Is that? Is he, I believe. I think it's Midville? Beeville. Mintyville, I believe. I don't know exactly. Is their pick. And my goodness, that is a Mary Sloan. I believe they're probably going to want to pronounce his name, saying it. To go ahead and say, Mr. Sloan, not that, because my goodness, I don't know. That is a really hard name to pronounce. No one name. Does anyone know that person with that name? Mischievous? And a point guard. 87 overall. Okay. The Foxes are now on the clock. Hold on one second. I'm getting confirmation that the Fox have penalty. That's great. No, forget it. They're saying they have a 2-point penalty. Where they got that from, I don't know. Not mention it won't matter because we have one more pick after this one. That's the Luna Cats. So Luna Cats, get ready because you're next. Oh, the other Whopper went to the Foxes up. So these are, by the way, twins. Are not going to be playing for the same team, guys. Sorry, girls. You're not playing for the same team. I'm interested to see if the Fox, if they would actually play against each other. She is a forward as well as her sister. She's actually better than her sister according to what the stats say. I'll be interested to see if the Connors and fans play each other. Maybe I'll figure that out before we end the stream here. We're trying to get done a few minutes before, but yeah. And the last pick in this round is the Leland Cats. Cats. I'll check for you guys. They wanted to know if there's two who play, they will play each other. But we'll go ahead. They're choosing. That was someone else, by the way. It wasn't the Laura Bill. Laura Bill. That would be a curiosity because they might play if they play each other. That'd be the first time siblings have played. Well, actually, that's not true. I played against my sister a while back, so yeah, my sister played for the Werewolves. Still plays for the Werewolves, actually. So, yeah. 87 overall. Now, the one question that was asked, that is the end of round 2. I'm going to close the clock down. The question was, do they play each other in the season? Will the Whoppers play each other? And it was the Cardinals and the question was where the Cardinals. I can't look at that. That doesn't tell me anything. and the Legends will play each other. Let me go to different sheets. That was the question, was where they actually would play each other. Do the Cardinals are in the NBC North. The Cardinals and Foxes play each other? Cardinals, yes, they will play this season. Oh, that is going to be a fun game when players play each other. That is the end for this one. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm going to put down what the time is. Make sure I have the right one. And it'll be 2. Yeah, so rounds 3 and 4 are Monday at 10. That is the time that is going to be happening. That is it for this one here. Round 3 will be up tomorrow, and it'll be live. Tomorrow we'll see you guys then. And it will be both rounds. We're supposed to have both rounds done tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.